Aging affects everyone differently, but for the Sigma male, it is a sharpening of all that has defined him. He aged like a superb bourbon, which is robust, complex, and not for everyone. A Sigma does not slow down as he matures. Rather, he becomes more deliberate. He doesn't pursue time, he respects it. If a youth is about battling the flood, Sigma male's age is about building a strong raft and letting the water do the heavy lifting. Sigma males in their early years are already enigmas. They navigate life with deliberate ease. As they become older, they become more smart, silent, and unconcerned about small matters. In many respects, their aging is a masterclass in living intentionally, a concept that the world should benefit from more of. The route to prospering in his elderly years is not an accident. It is the result of decisions that are consistent with his worldview. Here are the reasons that Sigma males flourish as they age. Number 1. They create self-sustaining systems. When Sigma male has accumulated several decades, he realizes one unchanging truth: autonomy necessitates structure. Independence is only as strong as the mechanisms that support it. In your youth, you may run on sheer resolve, but as you get older, you get wiser. The Sigma male creates methods to keep him afloat regardless of the conditions around him, financially, emotionally, or even physically. He ensures that the machinery functions properly. When it comes to money, the experienced Sigma male has most certainly experimented with initiatives, investments, or businesses that create revenue while he sleeps. He understands the importance of passive mechanisms that release him from the grind. He no longer chases every dollar. Instead, he creates structures, think dividend-paying stocks, real estate, or automated businesses that consistently generate profits. Beyond financial, his personal life has its rhythm. He develops practices that support his mental and physical well-being. Perhaps it is morning meditation, evening walks, or an old-school workout routine that keeps the joints lubricated. These behaviors are not spectacular, but they are certainly beneficial. He knows the value of consistency and views it as the motor that drives his longevity. Number 2. They reduce life to its essentials. Even as a young man, the Sigma male refused to accumulate unneeded baggage, whether it was financial items, superficial relationships, or cultural expectations. In his youth, this may have seemed like a preference for quality over quantity or an aversion to drama. However, as they age, this propensity develops into a full-fledged philosophy of life. By middle age, the Sigma man has become merciless in his quest to eliminate unnecessary details. He pares down everything, including his assets, duties, and mental processes. The slick efficiency of his youth transforms into something more profound, a commitment to live truthfully. This isn't about austerity for its own sake, it's about clarity. The Sigma male has discovered that life's real treasures are seldom found in plenty. With age, his house is functional, his connections are genuine, and his calendar is free of extraneous obligations. Everything in his life has a purpose, and there is no place for anything else. It is this lucidity that provides the Sigma guy an advantage as he ages. He is not burdened by the physical, emotional, or psychic baggage that many people find difficult to release. Instead, he glides through life with the precision of someone who knows precisely what he wants and has little patience for anything else. Number 3. They prioritize long-term projects. An elderly Sigma male isn't happy to just exist. He wants to leave his mark. However, unlike the Alpha, who may pursue a legacy for the plaudits, the Sigma male's goals are quieter and more serious. He creates projects that will carry his soul long after he is gone. Not for recognition, but as a means of giving to the world. One popular option is creative employment. Perhaps he publishes a book, composes music, or creates a series of paintings that depict his narrative. Creative undertakings have a timeless aspect. and Sigma male is confident that they will continue to inspire others long after he has departed the scene. He does not rush through these tasks. They are labors of love, created with patience and care. Some Sigma males become mentors, passing on their hard-earned wisdom to future generations through meaningful talks and calm mentoring, rather than preaching. The Sigma male values handing down learning since knowledge is one of the only things that develops when shared. Others prioritize practical, impactful activities. They could give scholarships, construct trees, or establish NGOs to address certain issues. These efforts are not about personal glory. Often, the Sigma male stays in the background, allowing the art to speak by itself. He recognizes that meaningful influence does not require a signature. Sigma male sees his 50s as the ideal moment to plant seeds for the future. His undertakings are deliberate and intensely personal, whether they include establishing generational riches for his family or leaving a body of art that inspires others. Number 4. They learn new skills to keep their minds active. There is an ancient proverb that goes, "You do not stop learning because you get old. You grow old because you stop learning." Sigma guys take this to heart. They approach life with the curiosity of a beginner and the discipline of an experienced expert. They understand that remaining intellectually sharp entails more than simply crossword puzzles. It needs continual development. The Sigma male is not frightened to leave his comfort zone. Whether it's learning a new language, taking up carpentry, finally mastering that guitar riff he couldn't get right in his 20s, or plunging into coding, he enjoys the challenge of learning something new. It is not about being an expert, but about keeping his intellect running smoothly. Learning new abilities also helps him remain adaptive. The world is changing quicker than ever, and Sigma male recognizes the need to stay ahead of the curve. At his age, he isn't the kind to hold on to the past. Instead, he welcomes innovation, viewing it as an opportunity rather than a threat. However, Sigma male does not live just on employment. Learning is both enjoyable and useful. He learns talents that make him happy or enhance his life in unexpected ways. It may be cooking, photography, or even perfecting the golf swing. For him, the process is just as fulfilling as the outcome. Number 5. They donate to causes discreetly. Philanthropy for the elderly Sigma male is not about press announcements or wall plaques. He contributes softly, without fanfare or expectation of thanks. His contributions are meaningful rather than performance-oriented. The seasoned Sigma understands that the most authentic type of giving is anonymous, motivated by the desire to make a difference rather than be acknowledged. Giving is something he takes very seriously. He'd rather see his resources change lives than have his name inscribed on a donor's wall. His selection of causes reflects his ideals. He does not fund showy, surface-level efforts. Instead, he looks for causes that correspond with his ideals, such as helping poor areas, sponsoring educational initiatives, or supporting environmental conservation activities. Sometimes his donations are not monetary. Sigma male may offer his time or knowledge by mentoring new entrepreneurs, working at a local shelter, or assisting a grassroots group in fine-tuning its methods. He recognizes that time, wisdom, and connections may be just as valuable as financial assistance, if not more so. Sigma male's generosity is inextricably linked with his feeling of purpose at this point in his life. He provides not because he has to, but because he wishes to leave the world a bit better than he found it. It's not about ego or responsibility, it's about doing the right thing quietly and efficiently. Sigma male creates methods to keep him afloat regardless of the conditions around him, financially, emotionally, or even physically. He ensures that the machinery functions properly. When it comes to money, the experienced Sigma male has most certainly experimented with initiatives, investments, or businesses that create revenue while he sleeps. He understands the importance of passive mechanisms that release him from the grind. He no longer chases every dollar. Instead, he creates structures, think dividend-paying stocks, real estate, or automated businesses that consistently generate profits. Number 6. They prepare for the inevitable. A Sigma male at this time is unafraid of confronting the one fact that most people avoid: death. While others may avoid discussions regarding the end of life, the Sigma male handles them with a realistic and even philosophical mentality. For him, preparing for the unavoidable is not morbid, it is responsible. By now, he has dealt with the practicalities. His will is in order, his estate is structured, and his loved ones know exactly what to do when the time comes. He does not leave these matters to chance because he recognizes that clarity now prevents confusion later. His legacy is too essential to leave to chance. But his planning extends beyond papers. Sigma male utilizes this time of life to consider how he wants to be remembered. What ideals does he wish to pass on? What teachings will live on beyond his death? These questions influence how he spends his time, the initiatives he invests in, and the connections he cultivates. Sigma male's connection with mortality serves to enhance his concentration on living well. Knowing that time is limited, he does not squander it on frivolous activities. He devotes himself to significant work, values his relationships, and lives with a passion that others frequently ignore. Let us be clear, this is not about avoiding death, but about appreciating life. Sigma male sees the unavoidable as an opportunity to make every minute matter. By planning for the end, he guarantees that his story is one of purpose, effect, and quiet dignity, an appropriate finale for a man who has spent his life flourishing on his own terms. If you enjoyed the video, please like it and subscribe to the channel. Thank you for watching, and we will see you in the next one.